Dear scholars, through this video I am going to explain the usage of various forms of to have verbs. Already we have gone through to be verbs and to do verbs. So here we have to see which are the various forms of to have verbs and how they are used according to different tenses. So here below are all of them. For present tense there are two forms, have and has. For past tense there is only one, and that is had. For future tense there are two, shall have and will have. Remember, the structure of shall have or the form shall have can be used with the subjects I and we, which are the first person pronouns, or you can use will have with all the subjects. Now let us see how these are used according to different subjects. Remember, whatever rules are followed while using to do verbs, same rules are followed while using to have verbs. Here I have mentioned various subjects and the form of to have verb for present tense. Present tense. See, if the subject is I, we can use have, or we have to use have with it. So it will be like this: I have. If the subject is we, so again we have to use have. So it will be we have. So these are the first person pronouns, right? Next, you have. You, second person pronoun, where you have to use have with it. Next, they have. They, third person plural pronoun, right? Plural subject, third person plural subject. So again we have to use have. The same way, if the subject is plural and that is third person, just like boys, so we have to use have. Boys have. So remember, with first person pronoun, second person pronoun, with first person pronoun I and we, with second person pronoun, that is you, with third person plural pronoun, and with third person plural noun, we have to use have in present tense. Now let us see what about other subjects. If the subject is he, in present tense we have to use has. He has. Why? Because he, it is a third person pronoun, it is singular. He has. Same way, she has, third person singular. It has, third person singular. Tawfiq has, third person noun, and again it is singular. So Tawfiq has. It means we have to use has with he, she, it, and all the singular third person nouns. The nouns may be names of girls, boys, cities, animals, birds, or any other thing. If they are in singular form, so in present tense we have to use has with them. Now let us see next, that is about past. If we are there to talk about past tense and here we have the same subjects, then we have to use only one form of to have verb, and that is had, right? Had is used with all the subjects, just like did is used with all the subjects in past tense, right? So it will be like this: I had, we had, you had, they had, boys had. So first person pronouns, second person pronoun, third person plural pronoun, third person plural noun, all are followed by had. Now here he had, she had, it had, Tawfiq had. All the third person singular pronouns and third person singular noun are also followed by had in past tense. Now let us see future tense. Here in future tense we have two structures, that is of shall have and will have, and I have already mentioned in the beginning only, if the subject is I or we can use shall have or will have. Remember, I and we are the first person pronouns. So if the subject is I, you can say I shall have or I will have. If the subject is we, you can say or you can start with we shall have or we will have. Any one of these two you have to use. Besides this, whatever subjects remaining, we have to use will have with them. So this is like this. It is said as like this: you will have, they will have, boys will have. All the pronouns. What are those? Second person, third person, and third person plural noun. Now what about singular? He will have, she will have, it will have, Tawfiq will have. It is what? All these are the third person singular pronouns, that is he, she, it, and Tawfiq is third person singular noun. They are also followed by will have. It means we can use or we have to use will have with all the subjects. But just for making separation of first person pronouns, we can say I shall have or I will have, we shall have or we will have. Means for the subjects I and we have two choices, and for others we have only one choice, and that is will have. If you are getting confused, you can use will have with all the subjects, whatever a pronoun it may be, or whatever number of subject may be, that is singular or maybe plural. Now let us see some of the sentence examples. Actually one sentence is given over here which is written in all the three tenses. So before this, I hope you all have understood how the forms of to have verbs are used according to different subjects and according to different tenses. Now let us practice this sentence example. Here is a sentence: I have a car. Here in this sentence, have, it is a form of to have verb used, and it is showing that is a present tense, right? I have a car. If the same sentence you have to change into past tense, so what you have to do? Simply you have to change the have, and what is used in past? That is had, right? So in place of have, you have to put had. So the sentence will become I had a car, which is of past tense. And if you are there to change the sentence into future, so you have to change had into the structure of future tense. So in future we use shall have or will have. Here the subject is I, so you can use any one of the two options. You can write shall have or you can write will have. So here I have mentioned both of them. Okay, so we can simply say I shall have a car or I will have a car. So this is all about all the forms of to have verbs, how they are used according to different subjects and according to different sentences. I hope that you all are cleared about the concept of to have verbs, its forms and its uses. Remember, if to have verb is used as a only verb in the sentence, the tense is simple present, simple past and simple future. And if they are used along with another verb, action verb. So the sentences are of present perfect, past perfect or future perfect. For example, I have written a letter, present perfect. I had written a letter, past perfect. I shall have written a letter, that is future perfect. So once again, I consider that you all have understood the concept of to have verbs.